Who are you guys?
Hi, I'm Riley.
And I'm Mike.
Long.
How long have you guys been married? Tell us a little bit about yourselves, how you guys met, your little story.
Met at BYU, Idaho. Was studying up
A
there.
real story.
That's good enough.
Do you know the real story?
Of course I know the real story.
What's the real story? If you had to tell someone something about you two, what would it be? That makes you guys you.
Makes us us.
Mm-hmm.
We're, what makes us us? We
Um,
like movies.
Yeah?
like movies. I don't know. We like a lot of the same things, so it's nice to just
Aw,
do stuff together. I don't know. We're best friends in that way.
look at you guys.
That's one thing that we've always had is that we're each other's best friends. And like, if there's anybody we want to hang out with, it's each other.
Usually. Yeah.
Like, it's our first choice is always each other usually. And
That's fun.
Yep.
I'm sure you guys know a lot about the family proclamation. There are different roles for husband and wives. How do you guys individually magnify those roles as well as together? Let's start with how you do it individually.
okay.
I mean, as a father, I'm, here to provide, preside, and protect, right? And so, among obviously, helping support my wife and everything she does as well. And I think, we both understand where each other's strengths are and where each other's weaknesses are and where we can support each other in those things. And, for example, Riley I didn't get very much sleep, and so I was always tired at work and things like that. And she knew that was important. That if I didn't get enough sleep, I couldn't focus. I'm an analyst at work, and so if I'm tired, it's affects my job and affects my performance and everything. And so I think most of the time that the kids have some struggle at night or something, she generally is the one that gets up because I have to get up early and go to work, and I try to let her sleep in when the kids let her do that. So just different ways to help each other do what we need to do. Yeah, whatever that is.
That's awesome. What about you?
Is the primary mothers are primarily responsible for the nurture of their children. And I just love the nurture, that word, nurture. That's what I was trying to look up. So, and like that's my role. That's my role as their mother. And for this home, I'm the nurturer. There's lots of other words that could be used to describe what I am. Wife, mother, homemaker, but I'm a nurturer. That's what I try to focus my role as, is being. For them, like my role is to help them learn and to understand what's going on. Because, they come into this world and they have no idea. And so,
And sorry.
Yeah. Oh, I was just, and then so part of that nurturing is bring the gospel into every little detail of every day. And so one of my favorite things to do is to read them the friend during breakfast. Or, if Benjamin asks a question, like the other day he said he was feeling alone and that he was scared because he was alone. And I had the opportunity to tell him, no, you're not alone. You're never alone. The Spirit's with you. And it's just little things like that that I feel like are really important, that I love bringing in and bringing into our family for that.
How do you find guidance in following the family proclamation in your family? How has it guided you? Like you talked about nurturing and that. How does it guide you in your everyday life? How do you find comfort in that? Is it a guide in your life? Does it help you? And if it does, how does it do that for you?
I mean, just like that word. I looked it up a lot so that I do know what I'm looking for, but it's also normally if he had told me that he was alone, I'd be like, you're not alone, I'm right here. But I was able to remember that I could pull the other information where the Spirit was with him and that Jesus Christ is with him, is always with him whenever he might need him, and that he's never alone. So instead of just saying you're not alone. I'm right here. Like, you don't need to feel that way. And, like, so just in the different everyday scenarios,
Mm-hmm.
I can bring that information in and help him and teach him that. And so I guess that's where the proclamation really helped me.
The family proclamation helps us to know where our priorities are. I see a lot of people in our generation that prioritize their own, I guess you could say, personal desires, whatever that may be, whether it's their aspirations to, school or education or income or whatever. That lots of times people, I feel like, put that before family and put that before especially having children. And I think the proclamation has helped us realize that all of those other things are good and beneficial, but the purpose of them is to support the family and to help direct your efforts to have children and have a family and at least strive. And again, even the family proclamation talks about that not everybody's family is going to be this perfect, scenario, that you can adapt and that there is ways to do that. And but I think you should also be always striving towards what the proclamation teaches and about the family, and that there should be, the roles and the organization of the family needs to be there. And if it's not, if there's anything you can do about that, you should strive to meet that standard. And nobody's perfect, and different people's situations might need different things, but in the end, striving to do what that teaches will bring you the most happiness. Even as a family, like it talks about, you want to teach the principles of the gospel of Jesus Christ in your family and live them. And so, we've talked about repentance in our family, and we've talked about even when we make mistakes as parents, we apologize to our children and we explain to them, look, we're sorry that we yelled, or we're sorry that this happened. We are trying to be better too. And so it's this constant, you build off those principles in your own lives as you actually apply them and just do them. Mm-hmm. It teaches them in the act of doing them, if that makes sense.
What is family? What does it mean to you? And what does marriage mean to you?
Joy.
I just thought of love.
Love?
You love those people, yeah. They're the most important thing in your life, so.
Well, it's joy. It's men are that they might have joy, and Christ always says, and everything that we've always been taught is that your family is where you will find your joy.
Joy in your posterity.
Joy in your posterity.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.